Welcome to the TAA for Farmers Getting Started instructional video. This video is intended to introduce you to the TAAforfarmers.org site and to give you an example of how to log into the system, especially if you haven't registered in the site yet. We're gonna give you an example of how to get in, and then we're going to show you how to complete your intensive training, your initial business plan, and then how to keep moving on into your long-term business plan. First, I want to start with just a little quick tour of the TAA for Farmers page. You can locate this page at www.taaforfarmers.org. And once you're there, you'll get this page that has all the approved commodities in the middle of the right-hand side of the page here. And you can click on any of these. Let's say you're a lobster applicant and you're curious about the lobster petition. So you can just come in here, click on lobster, and this will take you to the lobster page where it'll actually give you some vital information. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll actually be able to see the different workshops that you can take online, and then any intensive training events that are going to be in person, you can actually see them here. And if you actually click on view all dates and details, that'll give you even more information. So let's say you're free on April 3rd down in Rockland, Maine. You can actually go take some workshops down there. And then if you click on more info, that'll actually give you some more information of what the workshop is, where it's at, who's going to be instructing that workshop, and then any special instructions that are going on. So we're going to go back to the front page here, and now we're going to step through an example of actually logging in and getting you through to that to take the intensive training and to complete the rest of your training. The TAA for Farmers page is really, it's a one-stop for all the information that you need in regards to the TAA for Farmers program. So we're going to go ahead and click on the blue login button that's in the upper right-hand corner. And once you're there, this is where you can actually come in and you can put in your username and password if you have one, or if you haven't, go ahead and click on first time here, click here to register. And once that page pops up, you'll actually need to enter some information that you provided to the FSA office when you first applied. Your first name, your last name, or your business name, not both. So you have to pick one or the other. And then your commodity, your zip code, and then the last 4 digits of your social security number or your tax ID number. We only ask for the last 4. This data is all provided to us by the FSA office from when you applied. So when you come in, if something isn't correct, let us know, but then also call your FSA office to get that updated. So like I said, we're going to go through and we're going to actually register an example applicant here. So we're going to type in the first name and then the last name. And since this is an actual applicant, we're an example applicant, we're just going to put in the first name and last name. There was no business name on this one. So then we're going to come down to the commodity, and we're actually going to pick which commodity this is. In this case, it's lobster. And then we're going to enter the zip code. And then we're going to come down and we're going to enter the last 4 digits of the Social Security or the tax ID number. And again, if this information isn't correct, then let us know, and then also let the FSA office know so that they can get it corrected in their system. Once we have all this entered, we're going to hit register. So we can see that the system found the record. Again, if this page comes up and it says record not found, then please let us know. And then we can get in touch with FSA, and you'll need to get in touch with FSA so that you can get everything straightened out. If you are having troubles logging into the system there, if it's not finding it, let us know at 612-625-1964 and we can help you out. So now we're going to pick a username. And then we're actually going to check the availability just to make sure that it's available. So when we click on check availability, it does say that this username is available. So then we're going to go through and we're actually going to select a password. And this is a password that you have to set. The password just has to be at least 6 characters. And you need to just make it something that you can remember, but also try to make it a little, have some aspects that increase the security. Putting in numbers, special characters. But just make sure that it's at least 6 characters. And then come down to the security question. And again, this is a question that you need to define. So, an example of this could be, what's your favorite color? Or what's the name of your boat? But again, this is anything that you can, that's specific to you and that you would know. And then put in the answer. And then we're going to ask that you put in your email and your phone number. And this is so that we can get in contact with you if we need to. The email in particular is a really good one to have in there, because if you lose your username or your password, we're going to need that so that we can give you a reset password, or we can send you your username. So please update it here. And then update your phone number. And then once all that is entered, click Create User. And we say that the registration is successful. And again, please make note of your username and password. And then once you're ready, click on Continue. If you haven't been into the system for 30 days, this box will pop up asking you to verify your phone and your email. So if this is correct, go ahead and hit Close. But if it's not, update it. And then click on Update. And then it says that it's been saved. Then go ahead and click on the Close button. And then this takes you to the My Home page. And this is where you can find all of your record. You can see when you completed the initial orientation, which workshops you've completed for your intensive training. And then after you get the intensive training done, we'll actually move on to the Phase 3 and the Phase 4, or the initial business plan and the long-term business plan. These will actually light up, and we'll get to that step. But what you can actually do here, if you click on Available Workshops, we see that this applicant has 9 out of the 12 hours that are required. So click on Available Workshops, and then we can see the workshops that are available for this applicant to take. There are a couple that are in person, but there's some that are online. So we're actually going to click on Developing Your Business Plan, and this will take us to the workshop page. You'll see there are 3 steps, and that we need a green check mark on each step's button. So, to get the workshop started, just click on step 1 or go to this workshop, which will actually open up a new window where the workshop lives. So you can just click on Presentation, and then you can actually download the handouts for that section, or you can keep going and you can go ahead and start in on the workshop itself. Once you've watched all of the sections, just go ahead and hit the red X in the upper right hand corner so that it closes that window. And then that'll take us back to the workshop page there, and you'll actually see that there's a green check mark there. So then we're going to move on to step 2, which is take the quiz. And then you need to go through and answer all 10 questions. You need to get 7 out of the 10 right in order to be able to move on to the next step. I'm actually going to hit pause here so that you can't see the answers. But when we come back, we'll actually have passed the quiz and it'll take us to the next section. Okay, so I've taken the quiz and I've hit submit my results. And then it comes to the quiz results and it says that I got 9 out of the 10 right. The quiz itself isn't meant to be tricky, or we're not trying to mess you up. It's simply to make sure that you've taken the workshop and that we can make sure that you've watched the videos. So once that we've passed the quiz, we just need to click on Return to Online Course. And then you can see that we've got 2 out of the 3 green check marks. So the final one is we just need to complete that evaluation. So we're just going to click on that, and that'll open up a new window, which will actually take you to the evaluation. You have your chance to weigh in on what you thought was good about the workshop, what you thought was bad, etc., etc. But once that's taken care of, you see that we get the 3 green check marks. So that means that we get credit. And to check that, we're going to click on My Home. And then you can see that it updated our record to say that we got the 12 out of the 12 completed. Once that's done, it actually opens up Phase 3 and Phase 4. So the next part, and it's a really important part that you have to complete before you can go on to the final phase, and it's actually the last trigger before the first cash payment, is to complete the initial business plan. And you can actually complete that online. So we're going to click on that button, which gives us 4 different options here. We can complete it online, we can find an in-person workshop, we can complete it and then we can email it, or we can complete it, print it, and then mail it to the regional center that it's supposed to go to. But if you've gotten this far, chances are, and in my opinion, it's the easiest thing to do, but to go ahead and click on the initial business plan online. This will actually open up a page where you can complete the initial business plan online. It's the same questions. It's got boxes where you can enter your choices. And again, I'm going to hit pause here, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to go ahead and fill these out. And once I come back, I'll fill it out, and then we'll go through the next steps. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've filled out each section. A question that we get quite often is, what do you need for the initial business plan? And really, we just need you to go through and try to answer each section. We'd like for you to put complete thoughts together, because what we use this for is we use the initial business plan as a way to line you up with a long-term business planning consultant, which is in step 4. So as you enter them in, just kind of be thinking of what you want to do and try to just help us out so that we can assign the right consultant to you so that you can get a good experience out of this. The final questions that I didn't actually answer beforehand were questions 6A and 6B. So do you intend to complete a long-term business plan? And this is simply, do you want to go on to the final phase of this program? If you do, just go ahead and click yes. And then we're going to ask you what your role in the business is. And for this person, I'm actually going to select I'm an owner manager. And then we're going to go ahead and hit submit. Now, this window pops up and it says that you're only going to be able to submit this once. And we've had some questions about people who are nervous about hitting OK and saying that, yeah, we want to submit this because they're worried about it being returned for resubmission. And we just ask that, again, just try to put some complete thoughts together. We're not super picky on the initial business plan. This is to make sure that, again, it's like the quiz for the intensive training. We want to know that you've gone through and you've thought about this. We want to see what you've learned. So just try to put that in there so that we can use that and then we can assign a proper business planning consultant to you. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. And then once that's done, the initial business plan actually goes directly to the regional center that it's supposed to. So this is really a quick, easy way of submitting the initial business plan. We do ask that you go ahead and complete the evaluation. So just click on that, which will open up a new window. Go ahead and click on My Home again then, and then you'll see that it's pending approval. And then once that step's completed, you can go ahead and click on Long-Term Business Plan Tools, and you can go in and you can launch your long-term business plan. Some last little information about what you can find in the My Home page. If you click on Change User Info, you can actually update your password, and then you can update your phone and your email here as well. And then we'll also list your contact information over here. And again, if this information is correct, please let the FSA office know that you applied at, so that they can get that updated. We get that information updated nightly from FSA. So just go ahead and let them know, and that'll flow through to our system. And the final piece is if you click on Contact Us, that'll actually list your regional center and then any educators that are associated with your petition. And it'll also list your business planning consultant if one has been assigned to you. If you have any other questions, just go ahead and click on that feedback button that's over on the right-hand corner, and you can scroll through there and you can search for some different questions. You can offer a suggestion if there's a problem, or if you just want to give us a compliment, go ahead and do that. Or if you have a question about where's your local FSA office, we've actually got that question answered here. I want to thank you for watching this video, and we want to thank you for being involved with the TA for Farmers program. We strive to give you an excellent program so that you can take this information and you can make your business better. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact either us at the University of Minnesota and the National TA for Farmers Training Coordination Center, or any of your regional centers, or your business planning consultant for that matter. Again, thank you.